Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just change the display object info to another name. I want to change the name of the method. How to change it? I want to change it to something called toString. I change it to toString. What I need to change here, and just to change this to toString, you see, because this is different. Then toString, and here toString. Just change the name. It should work the same. This stay as pizza up, and this will return the value. Run it. I change the name. And the result now, exactly as before, which is here pizza, and here the object 3 and object 1. Okay, so why I change it to this name? This is specific name, toString, as you see, capital T, capital S, because this toString is a special method. Special method supplied automatically, supplied to us automatically from the parent. Who is the parent? Don't worry about the parent. It's called inherited. يعني ورثناها من, because this application or these classes inherit from a parent class. Don't worry about the parent class. شلون احنا مثلا inherit from our father, or father, from Adam. Okay, so these are similarly, there is a class parent inherit from that. And the parent has such a method called toString. And we inherit this, but this is not the one we inherit. This is I created. It happened to me toString. But there is one called toString inherited from the parent. How to use the inherited one? Then I don't need to call it, because this toString, the inherited toString, automatically called with anything, with any CW, it's automatically, when I print, for instance, when I print string, it will be printed. When I print integer, printed. When I print double, printed. Who converts this to that? There is toString automatically converted into string, called automatically without I say I want to call it. I want to use that one, the one which is automatically called, to print to me the information about the object. What to do? Very simple. It looks, the word I said, big word, but it's very simple. One word you need to add to do all that for you. What word? Because the method exists in the parent. I want what? I want to override. I want to know two terminology, override and overload. So we are going to override. Override يعني شنو? Replace the contents of the toString with this information. I'm going to say override, only override. What happened? This toString is not the one I created myself, but this contains now replacing the toString, which is called automatically. Let us see what change happened now. You see, I wanted to focus here. This get me what? Get me pizza up dot, which is not defined. Okay. Let me run it. So you remember the run before. If I run it now, I will get something different. What's the difference? Can you notice the difference? There is no pizza up dot something. So this is automatically called, the toString automatically called, and this called not automatic. So let us say this has been called implicitly without saying toString. It will work. It's called implicitly يعني ضمنيا داخليا. And this called explicitly. Explicitly means externally called. Let us see how these showing here. if you go to, let me close it. If you go to here, you see, because of the override, what happened? This code now, it is implicitly called the toString. كأنما أنت قالت toString here. كأنما قالت toString. But you don't need to call it. Because خلينا override will override automatically call it. So here it's called, this is implicit call, or implicitly call, and still this work, so it's explicit call. Tamam? Both of these are explicit because you put the toString, but it doesn't matter, you don't need to put it now anymore because it is implicitly called because it's override. Override because of this override. Let me remove the override and see. What do you think if I remove it? What do you think if I remove it? It will not print to me the implicitly one. And it come to me like what? Let me show you the result. You see it say pizza up dot pizza. See the difference? Yeah. But if I put it back, then what? Override. No? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you got it. You understand now? Do you have any question about it? So what I covered here, which is the types of every class. It has name, it has attributes. The attributes, if it is minus, means private, and plus, which is for the methods. So as you see here, I can have here, let me put what I did. I can have more than one constructor, pizza. If it is pizza, name, the class, means constructor. This is constructor. If I have another pizza, because the constructor has to be the same name, it takes مثلا string or toppings, string, or size or whatever, or size as int وهكذا. يعني فهنا two constructors, one empty and one. You can use either of them. Then set and get depend on, not necessarily every attribute has set or get. And here the toString, if you see toString here. Okay. If I want to get the price, not get price, get cost, مثلا get cost. Plus get cost. Get cost. Get cost, so it get cost. Let us do it. So get cost. And the pizza, I'm going to get cost. How to get the cost? I want to print the cost, how much it costs me. I can say public. Let me put it void. Or yeah, get or print. Let me say print cost. And the cost, it will be what? Whatever size you have, multiplied by, I can say now double cost equal to the size, whatever size of that specific object, times price. If you see, we have price, which is fixed price. If it is not given, maybe you can put the price here, and then I'm going to print it. If you want to return it back, you can return it back. If you don't, you say CW. You have to pay what? Pay what plus cost. Let me put SAR. Yeah. So how to call this? Print cost. Let me say here. Print cost, because this void now. Print cost if I don't see it معناها عندي problem هنا. Let me see what is the problem. Print cost, public, print cost. Which one print cost? For what object? I have to say object 1 or object 3 or object 2, object 3, for instance. Dot print cost, like that. So it will print to me the cost. Now at the end, print to me the cost. Run it. And it showed me here. See? Here, you have to pay 11.5 because it's 10 by 1.5, size 10 here, size 10 by 1.5, 11.5. Last thing to do is to convert this. If I want to convert it into, just to prepare you, if I want to convert this into returning value, what's the return now? Return the double. Yeah, and then I remove this print. I say return cost. I'm preparing you for the exam, and then now this will not be like that because this will not be this return value. There's no print, so I want to print it. What I do? CW, and you put this here. That will print to me the cost of that one. See the difference? And if it is void, you call it without print. If it is not void, you call it with the print or whatever. You see? See, just 11.5. I didn't put the information there. Got it? So this is very important lecture. It is recorded to you. I want you to listen to this several times. And if you didn't complete the assignment yet, you have to complete it on base of what we are doing here for the course, because there are a lot of marks for it, for that assignment, and prepare you well for the exam if you do it yourself and everything you understand. Then lecture of Wednesday is very important because I'm going to give you 2 topics. Today we cover the override, and little bit I talked about the overload. What the overload here? If you see, these are overloaded. Pizza, this overload with that means both of them has the same name but different parameters. So the program will recognize which one I am calling, depend on how to call it. Like, for instance, this one, use the first one because, and this one use the second one because it has 2 parameters. This is called over. See, there are 2 terminologies: overload and override. I want you to understand exactly what's the difference between overload and override. Overload in chapter 8. In chapter 8, that's the topic we are going to talk about it on Wednesday. And a little bit I talked about it here, but more details on Wednesday, inshallah. And the override I talked to you now here, which is related to inheritance and the classes. It's covered in chapter 9. And that's all.